Loose change for getting down. It's Friday and I'm on fire, and I know that I'll break your heart, and I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. 'Cause these cars are just it, so won't you come?
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Alright, everybody, welcome to Between the Ropes, the Money in the Bank recap from Saturday. I am Crispy Bacon here with Mess Around Dave. How you doing?
I'm good, just still trying to get used to this whole Saturday pay-per-view crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of nice having it on Saturday, though, because then I don't have to rush to watch it on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Christy Wilson. How you doing?
I'm good. Yes, I am the other Miss Money in the Bank.
There you go.
Liv Morgan's not the only one.
So what do you guys think of the overall pay-per-view? Or premium live event, I should say.
I'll let Dave go first.
I didn't even need to watch anymore after seeing Liv Morgan win the Money in the Bank contract, but I'm still glad I did, because I don't want to spoil it for other people. So
Wait, you didn't see the other part? But
I'm sure Liv's stuff was the only things he was paying attention to the whole time.
What did you think of the overall pay-per-view, Christy?
I thought it was pretty decent. Obviously, I like the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I like the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Liv cashing in on Ronda Rousey was pretty cool. Overall, it wasn't too bad. I give it about a B+ if I had to grade it.
What about you, Dave?
Oh, by far this is the best pay-per-view of the year, in my opinion. It's so far it's the best one, so I give it an A.
So far, I mean, I gave it a B overall, but I thought the overall pay-per-view was good. As we know, the first event, or the first match, was the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women's side.
Yep.
You had Lacey Evans, Shotzi, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss,
Becky
Lynch, Asuka. I think
and
that's it.
Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Rodriguez. I want to call her Raquel Gonzalez like she used to be called in NXT, but that's not her last name anymore.
And
not on the main roster.
That's okay.
Right.
I still call it.
Let's just call her Raquel from here on out. It's like, get the last name part.
I still call this the Los Angeles Chargers, San Diego Chargers.
Oh boy.
But we in this match we saw the final two, Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, both on separate ladders. Becky Lynch pushed Liv into the ropes, but Liv caught herself.
With her foot.
Yeah, and then got the ladder back up, knocked Becky Lynch down, and got the gold.
There you go.
So what do you guys think of the women's Money in the Bank?
Go ahead, Christy.
Okay. I would say it actually wasn't too bad. Yeah, there were a good number of botches in it, but I think the ladder was supposed to break when Becky did her leg drop on Asuka, and it didn't break, and Asuka looked like she got hurt. Shotzi looked like, I don't know if it was her makeup that was smeared across her face. She looked busted up. She did hit the back of her head on the ladder when she was trying to do a senton. But overall, it was the end result was what I think mattered the most because Liv got the briefcase. She became Miss Money in the Bank. Yeah, mess around approves.
Dave, I think we know the answer, but what do you think of this?
Well, like I said in the chat, seeing her win it made the whole thing. I didn't need to watch anymore, but like I said, I'm glad I did because she ended up cashing in on Ronda later in the night and winning. So, her winning the Money in the Bank and then cashing in, it's a great story for her. She worked so hard, she deserved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great that Ronda actually gave her a hug and told her she deserved it, and handed her the title. So,
and she said, "Natty, you're still a bitch." She said that on Instagram.
And I mean, for Liv Morgan, I'm glad she won it. And a lot of people said that if she won it and eventually cashed in, which she will at some point later, or at least attempt to. We'll get to that later. But it took her 8 years.
Yeah.
At least to get to this point
Long
to win
time.
Something.
That's another. Kofi went 12 years, didn't he? Before he got his.
No, it was 11 actually.
11, yeah.
Yeah, because they mentioned it. He would mention it on SmackDown in the shows leading up to when he won at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. And the whole Orton thing.
Who has a cat, by the way?
I do. Sorry.
Okay, I was
I'm trying
wondering.
to
Where's the
calm
meowing coming from? It's not coming from my end here.
No. But I'm glad she won it, and hopefully her winning streak continues.
Yeah.
The next match is gonna be the United States Championship match between Lashley and Theory, which we all know Lashley won.
Surprise.
What do you guys think? Mess around?
The Lashley Theory.
Yeah, U.S. title.
I was surprised that Theory lost the title. I thought he was going to keep it and face Cena at SummerSlam for the U.S. title, but they had him drop it because of what happened later. So
yeah,
pretty sure he'd rather have a briefcase than having the U.S. title.
Yeah. What did you think, Christy?
I was honestly surprised Lashley won it because I predicted Theory would still be U.S. champion going into his feud with Cena, but it didn't happen that way because Cena has to promote his show Peacemaker. So
that's been renewed.
I heard it's been renewed and he's going to be promoting it. So I don't know. Maybe when Theory enters this feud with Cena for SummerSlam, maybe they can compete against each other for that briefcase because there's a possibility that Theory won't cash in and mess around, doesn't buy it.
So that's how
that's what I've heard. I don't want it to happen because of what happened to Otis, which I thought was ridiculous. But I'd like to see Theory go with the briefcase. We'll see.
He's a big man's guy. He's gonna cash him in.
Yeah.
And going back to that women's Money in the Bank match, I heard it was Stephanie's idea for Liv to win it.
Oh yeah. Hooray for Stephanie. All hail Stephanie.
Good job, Steph.
As Mr. McMahon was at UFC watching the matches there.
Yeah.
I think they're close by, so.
Yeah, they are.
But no, the Theory Lashley match was good. Mm-hmm. Everybody that was in attendance seemed like they're backing Lashley more than usual. I think it was just to show that, hey, I can still do this on my own without somebody like MVP, and I don't need to worry about. Yeah, I don't need to worry about Omos anymore. Although that's probably going to be a storyline for years to come, but
probably.
At least for right now, it's over. Next, we have the Raw Women's Championship match between Bianca Belair and Carmella.
Oh boy.
Another one Dave likes.
Yeah.
Mella is money.
Mella's money. Mella looked like she almost had a wardrobe malfunction because I thought, my God, that top looks like it's about ready to explode right off of her.
Yeah.
Oh,
almost.
God.
I would add deposit and take.
You would.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking out loud.
No, you were thinking out loud.
But we saw Bianca win it. I don't think that was kind of
Not a surprise.
yeah. What did you guys think, Christy?
It was a good match. I mean, Carmella, yeah, despite me thinking she was going to have a wardrobe malfunction, she did pretty well in this match, but Bianca did better. She retained, and I thought this was the match that Liv was going to cash in Money in the Bank in, but it didn't happen, and I'm kind of glad it did. It did not happen that way.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, there's no way that Mella's going to win. She was just filling in for
Rhea Ripley.
I think I can think of her name for something. Yeah, she was just a fill-in, and they're not going to have her win because they're going to put Rhea back in there when she gets back. So it would make sense for Carmella to win.
Now
But it was a really good match. So I mean, Carmella's improved so much.
she has.
Yeah.
Now here's a thought. SummerSlam's in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca is most likely going to defend that title
Mm-hmm.
in her home state.
Nashville.
It hasn't been successful. You know, people going back to their home state or their home area haven't been too good.
Mm-mm.
You think she'll lose it at SummerSlam?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
Unless you're CM Punk, he always wins when he goes back to Chicago, it seems.
Always seems to do well in Chicago, doesn't he?
Yep.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
After that, we have probably maybe the best match of the night, besides the ladder matches.
Mm-hmm.
It was the unified tag team match between the Usos and the Street Profits. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, man, you're not wrong. That match was dope. That was like the match of the night. Out of all of you guys, I'd put it over to even the Money in the Bank match, ladder matches. There were so many turns where you thought like the team was going to win, then they kick out, and then that team was going to win. It was just great action back and forth. And
What about you, Tracy? Yeah.
No, really, really good. Definitely one of the matches of the night, and it could have gone either way. It went the Usos' way. And then you had the Street Profits debating, like Montez's Ford's shoulder was up, and they just showed playing it was up, but I guess that's a sign that this feud's going to keep going, maybe into SummerSlam. You never know.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a SummerSlam rematch.
Yeah.
Now, I think a couple weeks back on Raw or SmackDown, I can't remember, they had a match for a stipulation for this match.
That was awesome. What happened to that stipulation? They didn't even use it.
They never used it.
Yeah, they never revealed what it was, or whether it was a no DQ, or it was false count anywhere, or tornado match. They didn't reveal what it was.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking the same thing. Like, what the hell's the stipulation they won? No, the announcer did the same thing, so they must have scrapped it.
And I wonder why.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if they did use it or not.
I don't think it needed the stipulation with those two teams. They're so good anyways.
They're just way too good.
I think this time they'll probably use a stipulation just because it came so close.
Yeah.
And I heard something about FTR, you know, kind of tweeting something out at the Usos.
Ooh.
I think they have double belts. Usos have double belts.
They were talking about how they used to be a joke in WWE. They had this segment where the Usos walked in on
this many tag. They're holding three different. Yeah, and now they're holding 3 different tag team titles from 3 different companies.
Yeah, but that's what they're talking about. They're talking about they used to be used as comedy because the Usos walked in on Dax shaving one of the other shaving one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back, yeah. And he's like, we've come so far from shaving each other's backs to getting titles.
IWGP Tag Team title, AAA, Ring of Honor, soon to be AEW Tag Team titles. I can see it.
Yeah. I can see it too. Maybe down the line.
Yeah.
You know, they'll just have not necessarily a match for the titles, but just have a match to see who's the, you know, kind of like what they did for Raw and SmackDown, but not necessarily for titles, like who's the best tag team in wrestling. Not necessarily in one brand.
It's FTR.
It's FTR. They have the bragging rights. And the 3 titles from 3 different companies.
Right.
Yeah.
Next match, we're going into the SmackDown Women's Championship Part 1. Ronda Rousey versus not Natalia.
Yep.
It was a good match, but Ronda Rousey was successful, and we'll go into Part 2 later. But what do you think of the initial match, Christy?
It wasn't a bad match. It was a little bit boring. Ronda was seemingly was relying too much on the ankle lock instead of doing any other moves. It seemed like Natalia had a bit of an edge on her, but then Ronda tweaked her knee, and I think that kind of changed a lot of things. Didn't stop Ronda from retaining, though.
Yeah,
overall,
I think
like that.
I think initially, Liv was like, "I'm not cashing in tonight." I think that was the initial thought, and then she's like, "Oh,
Better do it now."
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
You know, it's a good thing that Ronda has someone in there like Natalia that can carry her.
Yeah.
Because Natalia did a lot. Her back's got to be sore after tonight.
Oh,
That's all I got to say.
and her
She made
arm,
Ronda
shoulder.
look way better than she should have.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Ronda's good, but she's not great. She's still green. And,
Boring.
yeah, she does a lot of the same moves over and over. And
Arms.
I think she just
Hyper
talks too
fit.
much.
I think too that this won't be the last time this will be a matchup.
No.
That's
wouldn't
just
be
what I thought.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ronda says, "Hey, Liv, I want a rematch," or something.
Oh, that's
But-
coming. That's for sure.
Possible.
But I think Ronda will come back heel, which I thought she was already, just because.
That'd be awesome. Team her up with
Yeah.
Baszler. Have them be a tag team. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yikes.
So after that match, we saw
I'd rather see those two fight, though.
after Ronda wins her first round of the SmackDown Women's title, Liv Morgan comes out and wants to put all of her chips in the center of the table and cash in the money.
It was in Vegas, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, initially it looks like it would have been a bad move.
That's what I thought it was.
Honestly, I'm sitting there watching. Her music hits. She comes down, and I'm like, oh no, this is a bad deal. She's gonna
Like,
lose.
oh God, why?
They're gonna have her
Why?
win the Money in the Bank and then lose like this. It's gonna be so dumb. People are so mad. And then when she got put in that ankle lock, I'm like, oh shit, here it goes.
Yeah.
And then she got out and she pinned her. Like, I used some F words. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching, like, are you stupid? Are you stupid?
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I was screaming at my TV, yelling, "Are you bleeping serious?" Literally yelling at it. I think I scared my cats right out of the room.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, they're going to do this to Liv. They have her win the Money in the Bank, and then she's going to lose like that? No.
So I'm just like, oh God, please no.
Can't do my girl like that.
You can't do her
But-
dirty.
But she was successful, which I'm
Thank
glad.
God.
Question is, how long will she have the title? She'll. I'm glad she kind of cashed in on the SmackDown title rather than the Raw. But now you have to worry about Charlotte Flair.
Oh God, Charlotte Flair.
Honestly, I think she'll have it like, it'll be like Kofi. Kofi defended it a couple times. They lost.
Yeah, you
I think
feud with
that's
Dolph
what's gonna
Ziggler, a
defend
feud with
twice.
Randy Orton when Kofi was champion. I don't want Liv anywhere near Charlotte Flair. It's like, keep Charlotte Flair away from any championship of any kind. I don't care
Charlotte
what
out
it is.
yeah, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's like, let Liv have a good, strong reign with this title. Let her give it some meaning. Because when Charlotte has it, it has no meaning.
No.
No, it has no meaning whatsoever.
I agree. And then, I guess you'd say the main event in this match, I guess, is
No part
the
3.
men's. Huh? Yeah.
There's no part
There's
No
another
part
cash
three.
in.
Sorry, I didn't run out there with the briefcase myself.
Now we get to the men's
It-
money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which the initial card was Seth Rollins versus Omos, Riddle, Madcap Moss, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Sami Zayn. Then WWE wanted to place a bet of their own.
Yep.
And put in Theory. People were
Love that guy.
confused, mad. I don't know.
I was happy.
And
Honestly,
It was a lot of booing and confusion and like what?
you know, honestly, when they announced Theory's going to be match, I'm like, he's winning it. I don't even need to watch this. He's winning it.
Right.
I thought Riddle was gonna win. He was He was a superstar in this match.
I mean,
in my
what
opinion.
they did when Brock when I can't remember the year, somebody got hurt.
You talk about when he came out at the end and took the
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
you mean when
that
Lesnar came out and it
Yeah.
looked like I'm trying to remember who the heck
That
had his
was-
hands on the briefcase and ended up
You
like,
gotta admit that
stopping dead in his
briefcase,
tracks. Like what?
He
the
was,
ghetto
he, was,
boss briefcase was so awesome.
he was supposed to be the final competitor at it, but the way they did it then was better than when they did it now. I mean, if you're gonna let Theory in there to win or just to be in the match,
Yeah.
you could have done it mid-match.
You
You
could
didn't
have.
have to wait.
So
Uh,
now it all makes sense that he lost his title because they put him in the. You know, if you watch this live, you're like, oh man, that sucks. He lost his title, and then he gets the Money in the Bank contract. You're like, oh, that's why they did that. Okay.
But if I think I saw something, he's the first person to lose a title to win a Money in the Bank,
Yeah, I heard that too.
which is pretty incredible. So,
Yeah.
No, he's
Dave,
got more practice.
what do you think of this Money in the Bank ladder match for the men?
It was good, but like I said, if you're gonna have Theory in it, have him in there way before it's even have him qualified to earn a spot. Because when they announced him, like I said, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna win just by them naming him at the last minute. So
Yeah. Christy?
It was not a bad match. I mean, the consensus pick was Seth Rollins, but when Theory got added, and I'm like, this adds a little bit more intrigue to this match, makes it a little bit more wide open. Maybe it's not as clear cut as people thought it would be. And there were moments I thought Drew McIntyre was gonna get the briefcase. He kept getting interrupted by Sheamus, and then Pete Dunne. I'm never gonna call him Butch, by the way.
thank you,
Pete
Butch.
Dunne comes in and tries kicking his butt, and then I thought Riddle was gonna win. Hits this big badass RKO on Rollins off the ladder.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was sweet. But then Theory comes in, wins, and starts doing his selfie thing, and I'm like,
Oh, I love that.
I will slap that damn phone out of your hand, pal.
No, I mean,
My favorite part was when Butch came and saved the day. I'm like, God, I want you winning this. I've never loved Butch as much as I do now. Love that guy.
I will never call him Butch. Never. I can't do it.
I would have thought he would climb the ladder and get it for
Would have had
Sheamus, kind of like
this
what
is part of the
Carmella. Or
Kinda like-
Oh God, Ellsworth. Oh jeez, I don't
Ellsworth,
even
yeah,
want to think
Ellsworth,
about
yeah.
that anymore. I've tried to forget that for years.
Hey, Dean Ambrose made that funny though. You got to
He
admit, Dean
did make
Ambrose.
it
did
funny.
he did.
He did, but I've been trying to forget about Ellsworth climbing the ladder, grabbing the briefcase, and just plop, drops it right into Carmella's arms.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, plop.
So now that Theory wins, what's gonna happen? I know a lot of people don't like looking way too far ahead, but what would this mean for WrestleMania or Roman Reigns? Actually, really SummerSlam. Will Theory cash in on the winner of that match, and will he be successful?
I think it didn't matter who won Money in the Bank. I think both Brock and Reigns are taking time off at SummerSlam. So
Right,
whoever won the Money in the Bank is going to catch it at SummerSlam.
right.
So you think Reigns and Roman, one of them's going to win and the other's going to cash in, win it, and then they're two like,
I think Brock's going to beat him, and then Theory's going to cash in on Brock.
Or it could go the other way. Roman wins, and then Theory cashes in on Roman.
Either way,
so
it doesn't matter.
it's
I
going
know,
to go either way here.
Brock only wrestles a few events a year, so he
Yeah.
was going away regardless. And Reigns has been talking about taking time off for a while. So
Yeah. I'm thinking next time we see Brock as Survivor Series, probably. I don't know.
yeah,
I think that whoever wins will get cashed in on.
Yeah.
But and I said this no matter who won though. Whoever will cash in, I don't know if they'll be able to win. But I think that was before it became, a no disqualification, last man standing kind of
last
thing.
man standing.
It's the last man standing.
So, I mean, I think it's an interesting way they put that.
What was the last one? Was that KO and Reigns had the last man standing match?
I think that was, what was
KO
that? I
and
don't know.
Reigns.
I think it
Oh,
was
that was
last
at the
year. What was that?
performance.
No, at the
Yeah,
Rumble,
last
wasn't it?
Maybe
It was last year at the Rumble. I think if I remember, Roman ran over KO with a golf cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he tried to handcuff Reigns to a pipe, and Paul Heyman got him out because he had the spare key in his pocket.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off. I was like,
So I know
People get I know this is kind of off topic.
yeah.
But I was talking to Ace after before the show tonight, and he was telling me about he went on this wrestling site, and one of the guys on the site was like, made a comment on there, and he said, "Yeah, my wife and kids just left me because I got mad because my guy didn't win, so I smashed my TV."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This
no.
guy. And I'm like,
You're-
"You're freaking kidding me! You're gonna get mad because your guy didn't win a scripted match."
Right.
No, let me see if I think I saw that one and
That makes no sense at all. Like,
No.
how can you get mad over your guy not winning a scripted match? They know who's going to win and lose before they go out there.
no, it says I just smashed my TV in front of 50 guests at my
Yeah.
party because Theory has won Money in the Bank. My
Uh-oh.
wife just took our kids and said they're spending the week in a hotel. This show has ruined my life and my party.
Yeah, he
can't
blamed it on
handle-
WWE.
Yeah.
I can't handle this anymore. Goodbye, WWE. I am no longer a fan.
Go to
Either this guy
AEW.
trolling hard or he's serious. I don't know, but if
I
he's
think-
serious, dude's got problems. Okay.
I think this person, and we all know, wrestling, but
Yeah.
I think this person really believed that it was real.
I learned that wrestling was fake when I was 9. Come on.
I
Well,
mean, I
not
know
fake,
wrestling
but
is
it's
fake,
scripted.
but I'm one of those people that just doesn't care. I think it's cool.
Right.
That's it. And I
But
don't
I
stay
think
mad
you-
over the scripted. I don't stay mad over that sort of thing much longer. I get over it.
Right.
I don't get mad over wins and losses. I get mad over stupid ass storylines.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I get mad if a storyline if it's a predictable storyline or it's a twist that I know that I don't like. But
And that's another
I mean, I
thing.
get over it though.
We haven't had a big swerve in like forever. Like they
I
need
know.
to throw something at us that we're not expecting.
I think the closest we had was Finn Balor during Judgment Day, and then he
Turned on
has
edge.
Damon and Priest and Rhea Ripley turn on Edge and then basically booting Edge out of his own faction.
Yeah,
Speaking
that-
of Edge, there was a vignette that aired during Money in the Bank, very spooky looking, but there were clues in there that seemed to indicate Edge. Though many people thought, "Oh my God, they're mentioning Bray Wyatt."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Initially, I thought Bray because the spooky factor.
Yeah.
It had the light bulbs and all that, kind of like what you had in the Wyatt family and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think Bray's ever going to come back.
I think he will at some point.
Yeah, it seemed to indicate it was Kurt Angle's gold medal.
Yeah.
And then there were the arm things that Jeff Hardy wears to the ring. I think there were a couple of things. I think one of them referencing Cactus Jack, I think was also mentioned that. And I think some glasses that belonged to the Dudley Boys. these were individuals Edge went up against in his career, and I think there was another clue indicating Christian. So that's how you kind of figured out it was Edge.
Christian.
I had to watch
like
it again.
Just to be sure.
Yeah, they're kind of giving it away that it's Edge. You think you know me?
I would like to see Edge and Demon Finn Balor.
Ooh.
I think we're kind of leading
be
towards
cool.
that.
We haven't seen Demon Finn Balor since he fought Reigns and lost.
Right. I mean,
it would fit.
It would fit. I mean, you get Finn in his demon paint and demon getup going up against Edge, who I'm sure would look at it and be like, oh, I've faced weirder stuff than this before.
After Money in the Bank went off the air,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you guys saw the clip, but
they had a third championship match?
No,
but it's set up for a championship, or it's set up a match.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee and Corbin.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me that.
He came up and attacked
McAfee.
Corbin attacked McAfee.
Yeah.
And on SmackDown, he didn't really give an answer. Corbin didn't, of whether he accepted.
Yeah, he said challenge accepted after he beat McAfee down.
Yep.
And here's what's funny.
Official.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and that's official. So what else?
That's official. Here's what's funny is after that beatdown, guess where McAfee was next?
UFC.
In a neck brace at the UFC event with Vince and Stephanie and Triple H. There's a picture on Instagram.
I saw that. Yeah.
He was right there. He's got the neck brace on. He's sipping, I don't know what the heck he's drinking. He's sitting there enjoying a UFC fight with the McMahons.
That's funny.
That's so good. I guess it. And ironically, Jim Ross and AEW president Tony Khan were also at the same UFC event. I know. I was like, what?
Did anybody see one of the fighters' entrance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't pronounce his name, but he came out. The Undertaker. He had the hat. He had the urn, and he's walking slowly to the octagon, to the cage. I was like, I like you, dude.
Yeah, that was
so
good.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a good pay-per-view overall. I mean, I think somebody else should have won Money in the Bank because, I mean, I don't mind Theory winning.
Right.
It's just the way it happened, I think.
You think it's too soon for him?
It might be too soon.
It might be.
Yeah, there was one complaint I saw in a YouTube video was going, he's not ready. You're shoving him down our throats. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's your opinion, but that's not what certain people think.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's too soon for him. I think that the light's not too bright for this kid. He's new at all.
I mean, I don't doubt that he can handle the bright lights. It's if he cashes in on either Roman or Brock and wins the title, can he handle the pressure of being a world champion? That's the biggest question I would have for him. Because I'm sure there's going to be a huge target on his back.
Yeah.
Everybody, Raw, SmackDown, they're all going to be gunning for him.
I agree. So, I think, let's see, we had Reigns, Lesnar, McAfee, Corbin. I feel like there's one more match, but maybe not. That's already been kind of set up.
Mm-hmm.
But
there was, but somebody hurt their back, is out for the rest of the year.
Or tears their pectoral muscle and then they're gone.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's
like Cody.
What do you think of them repeating Cody's update that he gave on Raw, of his rehab?
I didn't even notice it.
No, I didn't either. I wasn't even paying attention.
Basically, he's like, rehab's rehab.
Okay.
I was too busy laughing at Elias Ezekiel thing.
Oh, jeez.
And their brother Elliot.
when Pierce came out and said, "I will raise you one more player," you know, and I thought it's gonna be Kevin Owens.
I thought it was too. I was like, "Is it KO? Who is it?"
It would have been fair because he was supposed to go up against Ezekiel, but
Right.
you know, for a spot, ended up him being already in the match. I believe so.
I would
Why
have
not?
honestly. It would have been cool to see AJ Styles in it.
Oh, yes, that really
Yeah,
would have been great.
a lot of people were upset that he wasn't in the ladder match.
Me included.
But I'm fine with Theory. I'm fine with Theory winning. I think, you know,
I'm okay with him
I
winning.
like it.
I'm not
I just
mad about it.
I just didn't like the way it went about.
Same here.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's not the pick. And a lot of these selections were made
No, I
the
agree
day
with
of
you.
event.
They shouldn't have pulled the last minute BS and been like, "Hey, we're Vegas. You know what to do in Vegas. We're gonna do the same." Blah blah blah.
Right.
We're gonna insert him in.
Yeah.
I mean,
They should have been saying, "Well,
I thought it sucked.
And that's why, I mean, for the most part, it was an A. And then that happened, so I dropped it to a B.
I gave it a B plus mainly because if Liv Morgan had not won the briefcase and then cashed in on Ronda, I would have given it a lower grade.
Right. What about you, Dave?
overall grade."
Yeah.
I give it an A+ just for Liv Morgan alone.
What
Liv Morgan saved Money in the Bank.
Like I said, when she won that contract, I didn't even watch the rest, but I'm glad I did because she cashed in. But because they've been pushing her, and then they'd push her and then she'd lose, and she'd have to work back up, and just when you think she was going to get there, they'd knock her back down. So it was great to see her finally capitalize and actually do it. They let her do it.
What was your least favorite match of the night?
I'm going to go Ronda versus Natalya. I just thought, you know what? This isn't working.
I agree.
Dave? They can't give off a vibe. They can't give off that vibe that, hey, we don't really like each other, so we're going to kick each other's butts.
That's just it, too. They get along so well because she was her mentor, she trained her.
Yep.
They just, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I kind of think WWE was just throwing Natalya a bone there. Said, all right, you want a championship match? There you go. Go up against your buddy Ronda.
Oh, by the way, you're not winning.
Yeah. and I heard that it was supposed to be Ronda wanted it that way. That's what I heard. Like she wanted to give it up.
Yeah, I heard that too. She demanded to drop the title to whoever won Money in the Bank, and she said, if I retain, have Liv run out there with the briefcase and cash in on me. I insist she do that. I demand she do that.
I demand.
Yeah, you're hoping she said that.
I demand I drop the title to Liv Morgan. Have her cash in on me. But if you saw Ronda's face when Liv's music hits, she's like, huh?
I forgot
the one surprise.
One guy we did not talk about in the men's side.
Yeah.
What?
Conspiracy!
Sammy, how jeez.
It was so awesome to see him like he's hiding on the ring post, just standing there while everybody else is fighting.
I like the ones, no matter if it's like a rumble or a match like a ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
They're inside, they're under the ring, waiting, buying their time, and then they come out and end up winning it or something like that.
That's happened before.
The best part of that match.
It was just on Monday night.
Yeah. The best part of the men's ladder match, too, was everybody picking up Omos and then slamming him through the table, and you're like, okay, let's go.
Then they tried to bury him under a whole bunch of ladders.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
haven't seen that before.
We've seen that a couple
It happened
times.
last year, except on the women's side when Alexa was the one who got buried under the ladders.
Right? They did that
They're
to
like, we
Braun,
don't want
too.
this supernatural BS here.
You know, it's crazy that last year I barely picked
Mhm.
Alexa to win, and she almost did.
Right.
This year I picked Lacey Evans to win, and she barely made it too. So I'm
Yeah.
getting there.
Well,
I
the
felt
last-
like I was gonna say I felt like they were pushing Lacey Evans
Right.
more than the others.
They did that before with her too, with Southern Belle thing.
Right. So
There's-
ingrained in people.
She's just so boring. Her character's boring. Her personality's boring. I don't know. She
Yeah.
doesn't do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Not really.
I heard something that she wants to bring back a pay-per-view. I think it was Evolution.
Ooh, oh yeah, the all women's pay per view that they did about 3.5 years ago. People have been asking for that, but WWE has not bothered doing anything to come up with a second one.
They should. I mean,
They should. I mean, it was probably 2018. It was definitely one of the better pay per views of that year because the women put on a lot of them put on really good matches. You had Toni Storm versus Io Shirai in the Mae Young Classic final match. Toni Storm won that. Becky versus Charlotte in the last woman standing match. That was incredible, and it was the main event. And it was overall, that was a really good, one of the better pay per views in 2018.
Are you talking about the all women's
Oh.
pay per view?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah, they definitely need to bring that back because that was
They
awesome.
do.
I watched it.
It was so good.
because now you have UWW, Ultimate Women
Mhm.
of Wrestling.
Oh.
They're
Oh yeah. I
they're
think
having their
Wild Women Wrestling's coming back.
That's the one that AJ Lee's helping run, right?
AJ Lee, yeah, she's one of the executive producers.
Yeah.
And they have some really good ones. There's, I think, a couple of them. Diamante and Kira Hogan competed for that company as a tag team, and they're in AEW now. There's I think it's Jessica Havoc's an Impact, and there's some others as well. It's really good.
I think that wraps up Money in the Bank.
Nope.
Recap.
There's a part
Oh,
3 every day.
What's a part? Wait. Oh wait,
Part
the
3.
kickoff. I'm just kidding.
There was no kick. There was no matches. On
It
the
was at
kickoff.
24,
No, I know.
7-Eleven.
Does R-Truth still have that title?
Yes, I think he does.
Okay.
But then again, I have no clue.
They should just retire it. Say,
Exactly.
R-Truth is the lifetime champion now.
Right.
Just get rid of it.
Just give him the belt. He could just hang it up in his house, and you never see it again.
And then when he goes out in public, I'm the 24/7 7-Eleven 2011.
European.
365.
What's up?
What's
And then
up?
no-
That'd be one way.
And
Just
then
have him hold that title, and then he just retire it right there.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll go around. Anything you guys want to say? We'll start with Christy.
I don't know how they're going to build up SummerSlam, because even though they've got 2 matches confirmed, the build up to Money in the Bank wasn't that great, and I don't think it's going to be that great for SummerSlam. But you never know.
Dave?
No, I got nothing. Happy birthday, America. Tomorrow.
Happy birthday!
Yes.
Happy 246th birthday, United States of America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hope
Happy
everybody has
birthday.
a safe and happy 4th of July, and you get a drink, don't drive.
Fireworks.
Happy Independence Day to everybody. Happy birthday,
Thank you.
America. Everybody stay safe.
All I got to say is America.
Don't
There
blow
you
off
go.
your fingers with fireworks.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
JPP there.
JPP.
Be like
Yeah,
Jason Pierre-Paul, where he lost a finger.
Careful, yeah.
Yeah,
How? Why?
Yeah.
What? Where?
I swear it's harmless. No, actually, it isn't.
As far as Isaiah hasn't done that yet.
I keep thinking at some point he's going to blow one of his fingers off his hands with a
Let's not
firework.
jinx him. Let's not jinx him. We're good.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not going
yeah.
to jinx him. Nope.
He
Thanks,
has enough
everybody.
problems on his own.
Yeah.
He doesn't need our help.
And yes, he does. His
He's
Thank
like,
takes
you.
are insane and crazy, but oh boy.
They are crazy. But
Crazy.
thanks
I
everyone
feel like
for
my jaws. Oh, God.
I get us out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching, tuning in. You can see this in all of our shows: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and now we're also on Amazon. So
Ooh.
you can find us there. We'll be back next week for another Between the Ropes. Make sure to stay safe. Enjoy the 4th of July holiday. And we'll see you guys next time.
I will never say never.